2-week break for the Chan tournament, Business Roundup is back with a bang. I'm your host Maureen Babidie, and we have plenty lined up for you today. These are the highlights. Uganda's fisheries sector gets a major boost with the launch of the new feed factory. The animal feed industry is calling on the government to address raw material shortages. Uganda Railway Corporation and Kenya Railways commit to ensuring a seamless flow of goods along the northern corridor. And global motor vehicle giant Foton has unveiled its latest lineup of vehicles at their showroom in Namanvi. And that's just the beginning. Stay tuned for all the details. In our first report, President Yoweri Museveni commissioned the Hughes Fish Feed Factory in Jeru Municipality, Buyikwe District. The facility is set to boost local production of animal feed, create jobs, and support the growth of the country's fisheries sector. We have the details.
The Desho factory is a leading multi-global animal nutrition company headquartered in Netherlands. The factory's commissioning is a major step in government's push to develop agro-industrial projects that reduce dependency on imports.
But this is private sector money from outside, which now relieves us of that pressure to find budget money for the army company to produce fish feeds and poultry feeds. So that's a very big relief. So I will now ring the army people and tell them that you can do other things. But secondly, these are people with experience, long experience of how to do it well. I don't know how well the army people would have done it, because I'm told those fish, those small pellets, that the fish is very discriminative. It eats only, I don't know how. So these people already know. They have been doing it in Holland for 300 years. When I've been looking after cows, they've been doing fish. So I'm very happy, because this is one big area resolved.
Museveni expressed concern over the destruction of wetlands and other natural resources, stressing the need to preserve and use them productively. Helen Adoa, the Fisheries Line Minister, expressed hope in the initiative as a boost to local production.
The biggest challenge we have been having in the ministry and the sector of fisheries is the issue of fish feed. It has been the biggest challenge. There is a will to do it, but there was no way of feeding the fish. The fish is like a baby. You produce a baby, cannot move anywhere if you don't feed the baby. The fish in Uganda has not been having any feed, except we have to import.
In attendance was the Netherlands ambassador to Uganda, who lauded the country for its strong partnership with investors and the tangible benefits accrued.
We are both historically agricultural nations. Our economies are built on agriculture, and we know what it means to work our land. The Netherlands is currently the second largest exporter of agricultural produce in the world, right after the United States of America. So I think that's something that I like to mention, I have to admit. And it's not for nothing that the Netherlands is currently the largest source of investment in Uganda. We are the largest foreign direct investor in Uganda.
The Desho Fish Feed Factory is expected to provide jobs, improve fish production, and contribute to the growth of Uganda's aquaculture sector.
The factory is to create at least 10,000 jobs in fish farms, beside fish farms, but also farms that produce raw materials, and those at the distribution level. As Bon and others have stated, this company will buy about 80,000 to 100,000 tons of raw materials, such as soya, maize, cassava, sunflower meal, and sorghum. Locally and to be exported to the region, and to improve the food and nutrition in this country. I must add, however, that accessing all these raw materials domestically in the right quantities and quality will initially still be a challenge. And that is why I see that there are huge opportunities for our youth.
Daniel Mugoya for Business Roundup.
Relatedly, Ugandan fish farmers must innovate and add value to their products in order to tap into the global market value of fish that's priced at over $170 billion. At the launch of the Masheda Catfish Food Factory along Mityana Road, Ramadan Gobi, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance, emphasized on value addition in the entire aquaculture sector. We have a report.
Masheda Foods flagship factory serves its large-scale aquaculture catfish farm in Wakiso district along Mityana Road. Masheda has specialized on catfish rearing for local consumption and export.
Catfish is at the heart of this journey. It is healthy, rich in protein, low in cholesterol, and full of vitamins. Promoting catfish is not just about food. It is about fighting malnutrition, strengthening families, and building a healthy nation.
The permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance, Ramadan Gobi, launched the fish processing factory and called for innovation in the aquaculture sector to tap into a lucrative global fish market valued at over USD 170 billion per annum.
170 billion. I told you that Uganda's economy, all our wealth we create a year is 61 billion. So when we tap into that, even if we got about $2 billion, that's very, very, very good. So by adding value to the fish and exporting it, Esther is now a practical tenfold grower of the economy.
The director at Masheda Foods, Marvin Rasa, noted that the company delivers high-quality fresh catfish products to set the standard of excellence in fish processing.
We produce sausages, smoked fillets, fish powder, fresh and frozen products, and burger patties. All designed to be safe, traceable, and globally competitive. This is not just fish. It is nutrition, it is exports, it is jobs. Globally, aquaculture is the fastest growing food production sector, supplying over 50% of all consumed fish worldwide. By 2030, the world will need 30 million additional tons of fish to meet demand. Most of it expected to be from Africa and Asia. Yet here at home, Uganda produces only 600,000 tons of fish, both from capture and aquaculture.
Catfish rearing has gained ground for farmers to rival the tilapia and Nile perch fish species.
Our federation we are only 11 people. The challenge would have been many. The challenge are the feeders. We don't want to invite many people who cannot afford it, start it and then fail along the way.
John Morunji reporting for UBC.
Still on fisheries, Uganda's animal feeds manufacturing sector is grappling with a persistent shortage of key raw materials such as cotton, sunflower, and soybeans. This challenge threatens the sustainability of a newly launched fish feeds factory in Buikwe district, which has pledged to rely on locally sourced inputs. BRU spoke to Amebo Mbarushimana, the chairman Uganda Animal Feeds Manufacturers Association, on the current state of the sector.
So this week in the Business Roundup, I'm sure the show that you watch quite often, we're dedicating almost 40% of the content on the fishing or the fishery sector. There are new developments. We're having a DHUS launching fish feeds factory that is in Buikwe, commissioned by the president. You've been one of the advocates of local content.
Correct.
So what is your take on this?
So first and foremost, what is a bit of background about the HUS? The HUS is an international company. It's present in Southeast Asia, it's in some African countries. be Kenya, be Ethiopia. They are Dutch, they come from the Netherlands, and also they work with South America. So we do welcome the Hues in their initiative, because at the same time here we are tackling import substitution. However, there are some heavy bottlenecks that I really request Your Excellency to look into. You're a visionary teacher, you are our grandfather because we are Huzukulu, we call you Jaja. Our industry needs to make sure that the raw materials are supplied in large quantity, that our raw materials are of quality. And how is this to be done? We need to revamp Kasese, cotton in Kasese in Bale. We need to revamp in Teso, our soya plantation and cotton plantation, the Rila and Guru for our sunflower. Even in Kaware and Barara also, sunflower can also be planted there. Because without these key raw materials, we as a nation cannot be able to fight against import substitution. How is this? Because even much as the Hues has put up this nice plant in Jeru, they will always need some raw materials to be imported in. Yes.
Do you think after this launch, we expect Ugandans to now buy from within and not import from countries like Brazil?
I have to be honest. And honesty is not a good thing to everyone, but we have to be intentional.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is what I told the Minister of Finance. The other day we had a 9th growth forum where we're talking about these ATMs, that government has to be intentional in what it's doing. The answer is not yet, so it's a no. I don't think that the prices are going to go down drastically as we may want them to be. Because remember, the main issue that we have locally is that we don't have these raw materials. I can assure you that even the Hues is trying to still, or it is still importing some of the key raw materials that they need in production of these fish feeds.
Yes.
However, I want them to work with MAIF, to work with Ministry of Finance, so that we can open opportunities that have been locked. We have enough land where we can produce these raw materials.
As we come to the tail end of this interview, I know as a chairman, Ugafma, you do a lot of research.
Yes.
You know? So from your own assessment, how big is the fisheries industry? Like how big, and what is our potential to participate, not necessarily from the local within, but also in the global market?
So Uganda, I'm a big advocate for Uganda. I've had a chance to travel around the world.
Yeah.
I've been within East Africa, I've been to Burundi, I've been to Rwanda, I've been to the DRC, I've been to Kenya, I've been to Tanzania. Yeah. Uganda, we are true a pearl of Africa. When Churchill came here and saw it, it's the truth. Now, from my research, we have unlimited opportunities, Dennis.
And potential.
And potential.
Yeah.
So I cannot put the limit to myself, because now this plant is aiming to make 50 to 100 metric tons per annum. But remember, they are not only aiming Ugandan market, but the regional market as well. Not only them, we have all these local manufacturers that we have.
Yes.
They are also working into this sector. So to say that it's limited to X amount of number, no. However, statistics that I have, they show that we're still importing roughly around $102 million dollars of imports. So if we can see how to reduce that amount, but still we have no limit. We have opportunities to supply to the European markets, where these wonderful people are coming from. We have opportunities to supply to the Asian markets.
To the neighboring markets,
to the neighboring
like
markets.
The Congolese, I'm sure,
the
they eat a lot of our fish.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The sky is the limit.
Yeah. If not the beginning.
Oh, if not the beginning.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Greg.
You're welcome.
Unless you have any other thing to part.
If you can cut that. It's not the beginning, because we have already been there. It's not the beginning.
In more news, as the world suffers from the impact of climate change, The role of the media in mitigating and adaptation is now very relevant. Business thrives in a conducive environment, and that is the connection between media and climate. Take a look.
With global greenhouse gas emissions reaching over 37.4 billion tons of carbon dioxide in 2024, according to the Global Carbon Project, the urgency of climate action is undeniable.
At the heart of the Paris Agreement is the mitigation target. So maintaining temperature below 2 degrees centigrade while maintaining 1.5 on the table. The concept of balancing emissions and sources to net zero between now and end of the century, but also the idea that we have to keep on reporting repeatedly after 5 years, and that's why we have the indices.
Breaking down complex scientific language and investing in continuous education and capacity building for media practitioners are seen as key strategies in raising awareness and transforming public attitudes.
For the journalist, it has to come from the heart first of all, because journalistic stories on environment are not interesting. Most of the time they are boring. If you tell someone to talk about UNFCCC and the Rio Convention and the Kyoto Protocol, most of them will just forget it just after the lunch break here.
There is a very big intersection between climate information and misinformation, and the media has a very big role to play. And of course, we've been on several campaigns in the past, surrounding climate misinformation, because it's very rampant today.
This multi-stakeholder workshop in Kampala, themed Amplifying Climate Change Voices, seeks to bridge the persistent gap between the scientific community, policymakers and the media.
The other gap I can say is the way climate stories are shared. It's very difficult. If we keep covering climate in terms of only science, we are going to leave out a big fraction of people who are very important in climate action.
With the planet Earth now squarely on the front lines of a worsening climate crisis, there is a growing consensus that everyone everywhere must play an active role in climate mitigation and adaptation.
Climate, it's not about government policy or some minister, it's about you and me. What if you get a bottle of water, plastic, and throw it in the water system? If you take rubbish and put it in the lake, if you use chemicals and you drink them. So the intervention is at an individual level, and I think
the effects of climate change are wide-ranging and deeply felt. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events and the alarming loss of biodiversity are no longer future projections, they are current realities. Dennis Igoa for UBC.
The 4th Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference and Exhibition is slated for the 27th and 28th of next month in the coastal town of Malindi in Kenya. This year's event is on the theme Leveraging Youth, Innovation and Technology for Responsive and Inclusive Tourism. We have the details.
Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference and Exhibition is an annual exercise aimed at increasing the number of tourists visiting Uganda and Kenya through cross-border selling of the tourism products.
We came up with this strategy to see how to tap into these so many tourist arrivals at the Kenya coast, but also the tour operators in Kenya. They have all these very big international networks. That's what we have built, and actually now you find some of the tour operators we are working with, they don't actually bring Kenyans to Uganda, but they are bringing international tourists to Uganda. So really our strategic intervention is on two fronts. One, we are targeting the Kenyans, more Kenyans to come to Uganda, but also we are targeting international tourists who come to Uganda, to Kenya, for the beaches.
At the media launch at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kampala, tourism stakeholders from both countries lauded the reciprocal initiative for promoting growth of regional tourism.
But the Uganda-Kenya collaboration, and it's not just about the coast, it's about the regional coordination of our tourism efforts, it underpins the strategy for our 2040 vision as Uganda Tourism Board.
The Uganda-Kenya Coast Conference is set to bring together our two regions to explore opportunities, celebrate culture, and strengthen partnerships.
The familiarization trips are organized with the aim of enabling tourism sector players, especially tour operators, hoteliers and travel agents, to have first-hand experience of the tourism products in both the destinations for competitive service delivery.
For the young people who are doing apps, create a much bigger portfolio for this one. Create opportunities that are going to ensure that you make a much bigger landscape for you to make money. This is not just a conference, a workshop. Guys, we are here to make money.
Recent statistics show that Kenya is Uganda's second biggest market, with available data showing that in 2024, at least 225,559 Ugandans visited Kenya. Meanwhile, 466,000 Kenyans visited Uganda, according to the 2024 report by the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC.
In our corporate news wrap, Photon Motors, a globally recognized automotive manufacturer, has launched its new lineup of vehicles at the company's showroom in Namamve Industrial Park. The development is a boost to Uganda-China bilateral ties, says General Katumba Wamala, the Minister of Works and Transport.
It is adding value to our motor industry in the country. And the beauty of it is that we are getting new vehicles as opposed to importing the vehicles of 10 years, 12 years. Now this is being done here, and I was also impressed to hear that they have a very reliable after-sales service. So if anything was to happen, you know where the factory is for your vehicle. So I'm sure that in terms of maintenance costs, they'll be lower than possibly what we have been relying on. So I think this is a very good development, and I would call upon Ugandans to support the effort, support this industry, because one, it's employing our people, giving them salaries, feeding them, but also having technological transfer, because the skills which they are getting here, it's not just about mechanics now, they're getting the skill from the time of seeing just parts of a vehicle to completing an assembled vehicle. Hopefully, in future, we'll have some of the parts manufactured here locally.
We are going to be so committed, delivering services. Whatever our customers need is available, spare parts are available, service is there. So Photon has come to stay. We are going to ensure there is quality in service delivery, and we're going to ensure that our customers enjoy what is the best for them. We have light trucks, that is 3.5 ton, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5, and 12 tonnage. That's the vehicles so far in stock. So the light heavy-duty trucks, we have the tractor heads, and then the dumper truck, that's the 8x4. It's also available.
In Uganda, I've told you, we are still poor people. The entire economy of Uganda is $61 billion. And of that, about half of it is informal, non-tradable. Non-tradable. Non-tradable means that people are sharing small money. A border guy picks up someone at a stage, takes him to a trading center to buy cooking oil. They give him 2,000 shillings. Then the guy who has bought cooking oil goes and makes a chapati. Then the border guy buys the chapati. and he returns the 2,000 to the other person. And then the other balance, he takes it. The border guy now goes in the evening to a small saloon to clean his head. He hands over the 2,000 to the saloon guy. Then the saloon guy goes and gives it to the lady who's supplying the flour to the other one making the chapati. So you find about 20 people throughout the week are sharing 10,000 shillings, making a round amongst them, getting older and older and older. When someone exports, that is when you get new money in the economy. That someone is bringing money from another place into our economy. We call it foreign exchange. Economies transform when they start to create more and more of foreign exchange.
On the regional scene, the Uganda Railways Corporation is in need of at least 12 billion Uganda shillings from government to rehabilitate its aging fleet of locomotives. During a high-level meeting with the top management of Kenya Railways Corporation, URC Managing Director Benon Kajuna revealed that limited resources have constrained operations. The discussions between Uganda Railways Corporation and Kenya Railways Corporation chief executives focused on boosting efficiency, reducing cargo congestion at Malaba border, and ensuring seamless movement of cargo to and from the port of Mombasa in Kenya.
We have been having challenges of the cargo delaying to cross at Maraba, but today we have discussed strategies on how that will be handled. Now wagons will be moving freely from Uganda to Kenya. Wagons will be moving freely from Kenya to Uganda, as has been the case. And the teams have been tasked to make sure that they put in place strategies to make sure that that one is expedited.
For you to reach Rwanda, for you to go to southern Sudan, and for you to distribute cargo even downwards, you need Kampala. It is our central point of distribution to the rest of the hinterland countries. We are seriously working on this to make sure that we improve on the efficiency of the meter gauge line so that we serve our customers effectively.
Also in attendance was DEFCI Group Managing Director Kaushik Pandit, whose steel rolling mills are set for groundbreaking this October in Tororo district.
Thank you very much.
He engaged the two corporations on how best his operations can be supported by the rail transport.
So we will have a rail sliding inside the Tororo plant to distribute all our steel products, whether it is to do with Bale, to do with Kampala, or anywhere in the country.
Despite Uganda's strategic location as a transit route between the Kenyan coast and other landlocked countries in the region, the lack of efficient railway services remains a major challenge.
Out of the 4 main locomotives which we have, they are not efficient, they are not available, they are not reliable, and that's what I said. We really need government support immediately to Uganda Railways Corporation to be able, 1, to procure the spare parts which are needed, 2, to do the servicing of these locomotives, 3, to have the tools available, and 4, to have people and staff trained to maintain these locomotives.
According to Uganda Railways Corporation, breaking even would require at least 20 locomotives and more than 600 wagons. Officials note that increased investment in rail transport will not only improve competitiveness for both countries, but also lower the overall cost of doing business.
As you know, railway systems are not meant to just make money. They are meant to grow and spur the economic growth of the countries. And that's why our countries, our leadership is concerned about our railway system.
Now, before we go, we'd like to leave you with a word of advice on attitude, especially in the workplace. Now, checking yourself at the workplace is key as it shapes your environment, boosts your productivity, and sets you on the path to both personal and professional success. My name is Maureen Babidie. We're so grateful for your time on the show. It's been a pleasure having you. Until next time, good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
From the day your child is born, you want to protect them. You want to protect them from the harm you know and the things your eyes can see. Protect them from falls when they are playing and as they are learning the world. But what protects them from the things your eyes can't see? Diseases attacking their bodies. Immunization from as early as birth, 6 weeks, 10, 14 weeks, to 9 and 18 months, and malaria starting at 6, 7, 8 to 18 months protects children